When the assassins hit John's house in the middle of the night, he's already got his primary pistol laid out and ready, a Heckler & Koch P30L. The L is the long slide version, with a 4.45-inch barrel instead of the standard P30's shorter tube. And it's built around a polymer frame with a hammer-fired system that HK sells in different trigger variants depending on the setup. In 9x19, it normally feeds from 15-round magazines, and the whole point of the P30 family is how modular the grip is. Interchangeable back straps and side panels so it can fit your hand perfectly. He survives the home attack with it, but once he's moving toward the red circle, you can tell he's planning for the moment his HK runs dry, because he has a secondary that's about to matter in the bathhouse. Inside the Red Circle Club, Wick's backup pistol is a Glock 26, and it shows up when he needs something compact. The G26 is the subcompact double-stack 9mm in the Glock lineup. Shorter grip, shorter slide, same basic striker-fired operating system people associate with the brand. And it's usually a 10-round flush-fit magazine in its native configuration. Even though it's small, it's still built around the same general Glock pattern of internal safeties and a consistent trigger pull, which is why it's so common as a true backup gun. That stubby 3.43-inch barrel is part of what makes it so handy in close quarters, but it also means you're looking at a snappier feel than a full-size pistol with more slide mass out front. Wick brings it out in the club sequence as a practical second option. Just a compact tool that keeps him in the fight when his primary is empty. And once the club chaos is behind him and he's back under Continental rules, the next pistol in his orbit isn't small because it's a backup. It's quiet because it's meant to be. At the Continental, the assassin is Ms. Perkins, and she comes in with a suppressed Walther P99 in that hotel room confrontation. The P99 is a German polymer-framed 9mm from the late 1990s, striker-fired, and it's known for Walther's distinctive control layout, especially the paddle-style magazine release integrated at the trigger guard instead of a conventional button. Most 9mm P99 magazines are 15 rounds, and the model's signature feature is its trigger system family, with versions like the anti-stress setup that gives a longer first pull and a shorter pull after the slide cycles, plus a decocker button on top of the slide on certain variants. That leads into the dance floor and VIP scramble, where the guy hunting him brings out a Glock that looks familiar, but the tell is the expensive custom work on the slide. Kirill runs a Salient Arms International Tier 1 Glock 17 through the Red Circle fights. Under the custom package, it's still a Glock 17, built around the service pistol profile that's been everywhere since the early 1980s. The Salient Tier 1 identity is the high-end treatment, distinctive machining and money gun vibes that separate the inner circle from the disposable guards. After the club, once the contract hits the street, the next gun that matters isn't a pistol at all. It's a suppressed bolt gun getting assembled across from the Continental. Marcus sets up a rifle on a rooftop, watching Wick through a scope, and this gun is all about the shot, not the fight. It's a Ruger M77, a bolt-action rifle chambered in .308 Winchester. The M77 has been in production since 1968 and features a controlled feed action based on the Mauser 98 design, considered one of the most reliable systems ever made. The barrel length varies by model, but typically runs 22 to 24 inches. It weighs around 7.5 pounds empty and feeds from an internal 4 or 5 round box magazine. Muzzle velocity with 308 is around 2,800 feet per second, and effective range for a skilled shooter is easily 800 meters, though Marcus is shooting much closer. The three-position safety is on the bolt shroud, and the trigger breaks cleanly at about 3 to 4 pounds. This is a hunting rifle pressed into sniper service, which tells you Marcus isn't using a specialized tactical rig. He's using what works. But when you want the absolute best in long-range precision with modern materials, there's one rifle that shows up that's built from the ground up for that mission. Wick uses a sniper rifle that's a completely different animal from the Ruger. It's a DTA, Stealth Recon Scout, a Bullpup bolt-action precision rifle that's modular and modern. The SRS can swap barrels and calibers in minutes, but the one in the film appears to be chambered in .308 Winchester. The Bullpup design keeps overall length to just 27 inches with a 16-inch barrel, or 37 inches with a 26-inch barrel, while maintaining full rifle ballistics. It weighs around 11 pounds, depending on configuration. The magazine is behind the trigger, and it feeds from detachable 5 or 10-round mags. Muzzle velocity with a 26-inch barrel in .308 hits around 2,900 feet per second. The rifle features a free-floating barrel, full-length Picatinny rail for optics, and an adjustable cheek piece and butt pad. Effective range is well beyond 1,000 meters with the right setup and shooter. But when the final confrontation happens, the rifle he picks has a very specific American military pedigree. John Wick carries a rifle during the church shootout that looks like a standard AR-15, but it's more refined than that. It's a Coharie Arms CA-415, a high-end 5.56 AR rifle built to mil-spec with premium components. The CA-415 is basically an American-made HK P30L clone and features a 16-inch barrel, mid-length gas system for smoother cycling, and typically weighs around 7 pounds empty. It feeds from standard 30-round Stanag magazines and has an effective range of about 500 meters. The handguard is free-floating, which means the barrel isn't touching anything, and accuracy improves. Coharie Arms builds these for serious shooters who want reliability without the price tag of an HK. Wick transitions from this rifle to his pistol seamlessly, showing his extensive real-world training. Once that church fight spills out into the parking lot and everybody's scrambling for cover around the cars, a shotgun finally enters the mix. And the giveaway is the compact Bullpup shape, with 2 magazine tubes stacked underneath for a lot more onboard shells than you'd expect. Wick grabs a shotgun, and this thing is weird. 2 magazine tubes stacked on top of each other. It's a Kel-Tec KSG, a Bullpup pump-action 12-gauge with a dual-tube magazine system that holds 7 rounds per tube for a total capacity of 14 plus 1 rounds. The Bullpup design means the action is behind the trigger, keeping the overall length to just 26.1 inches, despite having an 18.5-inch barrel. It weighs about 8.5 pounds loaded. You manually select which tube to feed from using a lever, which means you can load one tube with slugs and one with buckshot. The pump action is straight pull, and the gun cycles fast in trained hands. Wick uses this in extremely tight quarters, where the short length and high capacity matter more than anything else. But in the end, it doesn't matter what gun you have if you're up against someone who knows how to use everything. John Wick works because the guns tell a story. The HK P30L with its compensator is a professional's daily carry, customized for speed. The Glock 26 is the backup piece for when his primary runs empty. The Walther P99 hints at European connections. The Salient Arms Glock 17 is a race gun turned tactical. And the Kel-Tec KSG is the weird shotgun you bring when you need 15 rounds in a tight space. The Coharie Arms CA-415 is a quality AR for when you need rifle range. The Ruger M77 is the reliable hunter's gun pressed into sniper duty. And the Desert Tech SRS is the modern precision tool for the shooter with unlimited resources. Every gun choice reinforces the same idea. John Wick isn't just good. He's a man who understands his tools completely. And that's why the action feels so real.